Hi, I'm Ralph. Welcome to my kitchen. This is another episode where we are going to be celebrating Cinco de Mayo. We're going to be doing that with nacho cheese sauce. Very simple recipe, and it's going to go along with all of the other items that you're going to be offering for your Cinco de Mayo celebration, such as guacamole. We also have a video for that, so you might want to refer to that. We're going to be starting out with Velveeta cheese, Ro-Tel tomatoes, some milk, and of course, you're going to need some chips in order to test this out. Now, Cinco de Mayo is a Mexican holiday that is mostly celebrated in Texas or the United States, more so than in Mexico. In Mexico, it's actually considered a fairly minor holiday, but in the United States, it's a great excuse to have a party. So with that said, let's get to it. I have taken up the Velveeta cheese, which is basically the perfect cheese for melting for our purposes here, and cut it up into cubes. We're going to be adding a can of undrained Ro-Tel tomatoes, diced tomatoes. Now this is with green chilies. You can also get spicier versions, so there are different types of Ro-Tel that you can add to this. This is a great recipe that can be as spicy as you want, as mild as you want. It can have additional add-ins. You can put in things like ground beef, ground sausage, chorizo, jalapenos. There's all kinds of things you can do with the recipe here, but we're just going to make a basic one for today. Now, I'm going to add a little milk to this. Now, you don't have to add the milk to it, but it's going to melt regardless whether you use the milk or not. But you're going to have to use it quicker because once it starts to cool down, it's going to start solidifying again. So in order to have that process kind of slow down and make it more liquid, add a little bit of milk or a heavy whipping cream. Heavy whipping cream would be an ideal choice because it's got fewer carbs, like virtually none compared to milk. So with that said, we are going to be putting this in the microwave for about 2 minutes to begin with. Then we're going to be checking it about every 30 seconds. So it's in for 2. With that said, as you watch this video, I hope you're going to be liking it, and if you do, consider hitting the like button down below. We're going to be having the directions for what we're doing also down below. And if you consider subscribing, that would be totally awesome because it is you, the people who watch this program, that are giving me some of my best suggestions of shows to do. So if you want to be a part of the show, please go ahead and subscribe and leave us a comment. That said, we will wait just a moment for this to wrap up and show you what happens next. The buzzer's going off. It is time to check on our nacho dip. Here's what it looks like. It's already getting very soft. And from the looks of it, I might have put in too much milk. Now, I'd only put in half the package of Velveeta cheese, so I think I'm going to go ahead and add some additional. But we'll put this in for another 30 seconds and check it out then. Be back in a second. I put in too much milk. So I will be adding cheese after the next 30 seconds. Okay, it's gone off again. There's still a few cubes in there, but this is still looking thin, so I'm going to be adding some additional cubes of Velveeta to it. As a note, you might start out by not adding the milk first and then just adding milk as necessary. That will make it easier for making smaller batches of this. You'll notice I've got a puppy joining us today, so I hope he does not get in our way. And it's in for another 30 seconds. Now it's starting to thicken up. Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to add a few more cubes. And that's probably going to be ideal right there. Another 30 seconds. Okay, time to check it out again. Not too bad. Now if you want, the more cheese you're adding to it, if you wanted to add another can of Ro-Tel, that'd be perfectly fine. And like I say, Ro-Tel comes in different spiciness, so you could also kind of moderate it by adding a can of mild and a can of spicy if you don't want it terribly spicy, or just go straight for this. All of it's very spicy. This is starting to look pretty darn good. But you know what? I'm gonna add some more, just because I like nacho cheese. Okay, it's another 30 seconds. Let's see what we've got. This is looking awesome. I think we've got the perfect consistency here. We still have some cubes that need to melt, the last ones that we put in. And I think that is going to make it perfect. Adding the milk though will make it easier to keep it liquid for longer, and will probably actually make it easier to store for the next day, couple of days. Think one more time and we're going to be pretty darn good. There's another 30. We will be right back. This is looking awesome. Okay, I've got a lot more nacho cheese than I was expecting to, so just bear in mind when you do this recipe, don't do like I did. Put the milk in perhaps after the first 2 minutes, see how things are going, and add it a little bit at a time. And then you won't have to double up on the recipe the way I did. It's a good thing I like nacho cheese. And also there are other things that you can do with nacho cheese besides just having it as a dip. You can also use it for other recipes. You can use it for enchiladas. You can put it on top of baked potatoes. There's just a lot of things you can do with a good nacho dip. But let's see how this one turned out. That hits the spot. I know what I'm going to be doing this afternoon. I'm going to be chilling out, eating nachos. And I think if you made this, you would be too. This is awesome. Like I said, the directions are down below. I'd appreciate a like and a comment. And with that said, we're going to be wrapping things up. But if you want a little bit more, check out my webpage, ralphknowsfood.com, where we have more recipes, restaurant reviews, links to some of the things that we use here. And until next week, we will see you then. Bye-bye.